because
Yep.
you're going to walk in, you're going to grab junk food off the shelf that you're going to take home, you're going to eat it, and you're going to gorge on it, you're going to fill up, it's going to feel good at first, and it's going to make you sick over time. Same thing if you're starving for oxytocin. Never go dating starving for oxytocin. Same thing. You're going to pick up junk food that's going to make you feel really good at first and then going to make you feel sick over time. Fill up with oxytocin with family and friends, then go out on dating, build real compatibility, and then slowly build oxytocin bonding in when you have the right person that you can actually trust. That's the right method for getting over an ex and for grabbing the right partner.
Because you've got this great video about loving yourself, how it's like the most important relationship. And that's something like my mother's always said is, you have to love yourself in your own skin before you love somebody in theirs, and I never really understood it till I realized like how much I always tried to help people. Like I always tried to give back, and then I understood my attachment style was I was the one that tried to fix people. I was the one that tried to help them. I always wanted to do things. Then people were talking about like love language styles and all that, and I put up with a lot of crap. Probably I should have just gone, nah, it's not for me. How do we start saying okay, but we're falling in? We start loving ourselves again. How do we start before we get to point where like take me for instance, like I'm like one of these guys who admits that they probably don't have many friends. They probably don't have many close friends. They've got acquaintances, but maybe they don't have a social life. Maybe they've moved to a new city like I've done recently. Maybe they've gone to like they've lost their former friends because they come out of a relationship that wasn't right for them, and it was their relationship friends, not their actual friends. How do we
Mm.
start find building that again? How do we start being social? How without hunting for the dopamine hit? How do we find the oxytocin? I was about to say how do we find oxy, but I'm sure that's a drug. Um,
Yes.
but how do we start loving ourselves enough to realize we deserve better? And start
Mm, mm.
fixing that before we start being social again and meeting new people.
Absolutely. Good question. So, number one, it's very common for men with attachment issues to not have close male friends like that because female friends we can at least kind of manage and get around and socially. They're not going to push us. They're not going to, they're not going to call us out on things usually. Male friends are harder for men with attachment issues because they will push us. There will be friction. It will be uncomfortable. There will be tension. There will be confrontations. And attachment says every confrontation is death, so don't ever confront, don't ever do that. That's what a lot of men are dealing with. So getting out there and building friendships, um, it really begins like we talked about a little bit briefly. Finding your core values that you've been violating that make you not like yourself very much. Honesty, integrity, loyalty, courage, compassion. Where are you falling short? Usually honesty is a big one. Where are you falling short for the sake of staying safe or the sake of getting approval from other people? Usually not telling the truth, usually being a dishonest person, and they hate it. Okay. All right, let's start there. How do you feel about that? Well, I hate myself. Okay. Could you really feel any worse than you do right now? No, I hate myself. Okay. Well, then, what if we took that and started showing you how to open up to other people and just be a little bit more honest? When you open up to two people in your life, let's just find two, right? Your sister and this guy friend that you've had forever that you've never actually opened up to. Let's do that. Let's connect you to those people and have a couple clear conversations about how to open up. Okay. So you don't have two people. Well, let's find you some people that are going to connect with you based on those core values. Let's get you connected. Maybe if you're religious, let's get you connected to a more religious or group.